Hey guys, it is Sunday, March 22nd, 2020. Um, Sunday is the only day during tax season I don't work. So I woke up and took my dog out, found a Broadway cardio dance channel on YouTube, which is very exciting for me. Uh, I, as I said yesterday, I'm really not a fan of physical fitness. I mean, granted, not a lot of people are, but it just wasn't something that was really prioritized in my younger life. And plus, like I said, my asthma made it difficult to do. But as I've gotten older, I try. It's about the best I can do, but that's the best anyone can do, right? Um, but my roommate kind of acts as my personal trainer. She goes to the gym with me. We go to the same gym, and she kind of, holds my hand to the fire and makes me actually do the thing. But she's not here. Normally, when Elisa's not here, I don't go to the gym. But I kind of was like, look, I have to do something. She sent me a routine that was painful and sad and made me cry, and so I stopped. It didn't actually make me cry, but I was not a fan, so I stopped and found 567 Broadway on YouTube. I'm a huge Broadway person. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love musical theater in general. It doesn't have to be on Broadway. It could be West End, or off Broadway. All of the above. All the love all. Uh, so yeah, that was a fun thing for me this morning. And then I cleaned out my fridge. Something really, really we all should just be doing on like a low-key regular basis anyway. Because I found some stuff in there that expired last July. Yeah, yeah. It was a Oak Fix face mask from Lush. Should have been gone months ago. I didn't even know it was in there. I didn't know it was just like hiding in the back behind like a jar of pickles. So there you go. Yeah, it's just like cleaning out the fridge was like a task. Honestly, I think this whole thing. I mean, for obviously when I work, I don't have a whole lot of time during the day. I work Monday through Thursday, about 12 hours. So it's kind of like if I'm not working, I'm sleeping or eating, and that's kind of it. Um, but being home, I could just like throw a load of laundry in the wash or something, which is, a nice benefit of being home. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to do like each weekend tackle like a room or a section of the house and just kind of make it perfect, spotless, get rid of old junk, clean it out, make it look pretty and new. Um, in terms of coronavirus news, I hadn't seen too much today. There's still just a little thing flying around in the air. They're still debating this stimulus check. The idea of giving the amount keeps fluctuating. I've seen 1,000, I've seen 1,200, I've seen 2,000. Send a check to every American over 18, because the amount of people losing work and losing jobs has already become insane. I saw a meme shared by the Bernie Sanders page, so take that with a degree of, truth. But it said already, as of yesterday, 1 in 10 American households have had somebody become unemployed, drastically lose their hours, which honestly, judging just from my friends, I'm surprised it's not higher. Then again, most of my friends are in theater industry, so that one went down hard. Actually, Rosie O'Donnell's coming back for a show tonight. Obviously, all live streamed, all digital. Where she's having people like Randy Rainbow, who's I think he's great. He puts together political videos to either like famous songs or more typically Broadway and Disney songs. But there was a song that was very popular last summer called Desposito that, this video gets to the future and you've never heard it, you're probably all right. You're probably all right. It's like it's fun. It's a party song, but like you don't need to know it. But he made a parody about Donald Trump called Desperate Cheeto. It was also pretty awesome. I'd more recommend watching that than Despacito. Anyway, him and like Idina Menzel and a bunch of big people to try to raise money for the Actors Equity Fund. Just because so many actors right now are out of work, so many tech, so many theater, so many everyone. The other big news I saw today is Philly went down on lockdown, or I mean, not lockdown, but like stay at home. I think honestly the same rules apply. I think it's just scarier to call it lockdown, so people are calling it stay at home instead, which I mean makes sense. 100% makes sense. You can still do. Let me see if I can pull up the article again, just to give you guys a full idea of what it is. 1 second. Checking the word Philly in there might help. Okay, I can't find the article that I was reading before. Just I found it while scrolling. So essentially, Philadelphia, you have to stay at home unless you're like going out for food. You can still. There was one on there that I found a little confusing. It said walk in takeout, but then later it said you could do takeout from restaurants if you made the order by phone or online. So I guess it meant you can't like walk into a store, order, stand there for the 20 minutes while they prepare your food, and then you leave. But also, I was like, wait, walk in takeout, you can't walk in to get it? Because some places have started offering like curbside where they'll come out of the restaurant and put it directly in your car. Um, but whatever. So yeah, that goes into effect tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So yeah, at me. I am going to have dinner with my parents tonight, mainly because I was going over anyway. Because my dad has sleep apnea and he has a breathing machine that he uses when he sleeps. He needs distilled water for it. And one of the things that went around the internet and everyone went insane was how to make your own hand sanitizer, and they use distilled water. So distilled water has been off the shelf for weeks. Well, I guess not weeks at this point. I shouldn't over dramatize, especially if this is for like historical purposes. Um, but I would say easily 2 weeks. And he's not the only one. I've seen things on various Facebook pages, posts of saying like, my daughter has a breathing machine that she needs, like, and we need iodized water or distilled water. Does anyone have any? All the stores are out because people are making their own homemade hand sanitizer. Have you ever thought about like how many times in your life, at least I've thought about this in the past couple weeks, how many times in your life you've had just endless supplies of hand sanitizer at your fingertips and you were like, why hand sanitizer? Like I used to work in the career services office at the University of Pittsburgh. And for every career fair, we would give each table a hand sanitizer. And so a couple times a year, I guess, we would get these big hand sanitizers. And we would use them to like fill up the little hand sanitizer so we could put them out on all the desks. In addition to that, we had this giant box, like a giant box, completely filled with spray hand sanitizer. That was like supposed to be a giveaway. And everybody hated it. Nobody wanted it. So how many career fairs have you ever been at where there were just tubs of hand sanitizer and recruiters saying, please take this, and you go, no, I'm good. But yeah. Trying trying to think of any other things. I do have to say, I said yesterday that I suck at journaling. I'm really not good. I'm not a writing person in general. I am hardcore math all the way. Um, so it's something that I always found to be a little bit of a waste of time. Um, and I mean, that's not to say it is a waste of time. There are other people who enjoy it immensely, and I'm sure for them it's wonderful. And if that's the situation, please enjoy. And I don't mean to like take it away, but there are things that I also do that people find not fun and I find kind of entertaining, like taxes. But that being said, this doing this yesterday was amazing. Um, the feeling I got from having this, and then um, I did put yesterday's up on YouTube, and I'm actually planning to do that for all of them. I didn't really actually intend to do that. I intended to keep them private, and I don't really know what I intended to do, but I was thinking about it, and when I was rewatching it before, just to see if I had to like do anything with it, make sure you could hear everything and stuff. It was so comforting. It was so comforting, even though it was just my own words repeated back at me. Hearing my thoughts, hearing that those exist somewhere. And I thought, what if there's someone right now stuck at home and, they really need to know that someone else is feeling the same things. I mean, so yeah, I did put them on YouTube. I did make them public. We'll see if for whatever reason I take them down or I change that in the future. At the moment, I don't really have any plans to. I also don't really expect anyone to watch these, to be completely honest with you. Um, Maybe my sister and my friends, just for whatever reason. But knowing that if somebody needed to, they could find it felt incredibly comforting to me. Um, so yeah, that was an unexpected benefit. I'll say that. And it made me for the first time realize how other people feel when journaling. Knowing you have something written down was never a feeling to me of like, oh man, like that's there. Like I'm at times can be very arrogant about my memory, and I was like, I can remember all this, which isn't true. I know it's not true. But in the moment at the time, I didn't care. And I was like, okay, what are we doing next? I always want to be like, what's next? What do we have to do next? What's next on the list? Which is my entire life, people have told me you have to slow down, which they're right in some senses because when I rush, I tend to skip things. I do the thing where your brain skips half the letters in the word as long as it figures out the beginning and the ending. It's like, all right, we're good, and goes with it. That's what my brain does for like everything, not just words. Um, and when I was in school, my mom constantly be like, you have to slow down when like you're reading or when you're taking tests because you miss things and you just jump them. And my response was always like, well, I get a good enough grade, so like, what's it matter, And then it was kind of like it wasn't good, but it was reinforced a lot because I got pretty good grades, and then people said, yeah, you can get away with this right now, but like you can't get away with it in high school. I went to high school, and lo and behold, I got away with it there. Said, yeah. Well, you can get away with it in high school. You can't get away with it in college. And went to college. Kind of got away with it there. And now I'm in my job, and it's not good because I'm dealing with other people's things, and so that does make me have a little bit more caution overall. But I have also been told I really should slow down and make sure like I'm putting everything in where it belongs, or I'm reading every step of the work program or stuff like that. Which that kind of makes more sense to me because it's not my personal. I mean, it is my personal work on the line, but like somebody's finances are going to be impacted by this. So that does make me like slow down a little bit. But it's just funny that like my kind of one negative work review is the one negative review I've gotten my entire life. Um, also, today's shirt, in case anyone's curious, is Force of Nature, which I realized kind of after I put it on, I meant it as like, the humans being a force of nature and like, coming together to do this. I realized later it could also be the coronavirus is a force of nature, but we're just going to ignore that aspect of it and just go straight off of human beings. I might single handedly be keeping Old Navy in business right now, ordering shirts like this. But yeah, if I'm going to do this every day, I'm going to have to stock up on these shirts. I can't just keep re-wearing them and hope different people see me every day. But all right, guys, I think that's it for now. Like I said, Daisy and I are going to go to my parents' house for dinner, and it will probably be the last time I see them for a while, which is a bit of a scary thought. But, there are people living in the world their whole lives that they don't know if, that time's going to be the last person. There are people in the armed forces, there are people in war-torn countries. There are people in Syria, there are people in Iraq, there are people in Sudan, things like that, who just never know. So there's a thing going around of, there's actually two in particular I saw. One said, your grandparents were called to Vietnam to go put their lives on the line. Like, you're being called to sit on your couch. You can do this. And there's also one being like, wow, you think it's hard to, stay at home where we're still allowed to go walk outside. We're allowed to go walk outside and order Grubhub and stuff like that. Anne Frank and her family had to hide in a room smaller than this with less than we had, unable to make noise for months and months on end. So, and their fear wasn't spreading a virus, their fear was straight up being killed. That being said, this is still hard. But as of right now, I think we can get through this. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.